what a pleasure to be together again. Before I look at the roles of marriage, I would like to just ask the question, what really is marriage? See, marriage was created to be a relationship between two imperfect people under the care of a perfect God. So here are two imperfect people seeking a perfect relationship modeled after Christ, because Christ is perfect. Therefore, to keep our marriage fresh, we need to have certain major areas that keep us together. Beliefs, practices, things people hold as true, their values. Even things like food we eat, attractiveness, where we stay. These are areas we agree on, and they become and form part of our major area. The big question then comes, can two people with a commitment to a long-term love fall out of love? I think that should not be. But because our major areas keep changing, and because our agreements keep changing, we think that as our feelings towards those people change, we don't love them the way we used to. Yes, people can fall out of love, but yet God, who is our perfect example, doesn't fall out of love. So basically, we are striving to be like a perfect God in the way we relate with each other. Love, therefore, is defined not as a feeling, but a commitment. You commit in your heart that you are going to love this person regardless. Your feelings don't take the lead in loving them. They may take the lead in being connected to them, but they may never take the lead in determining what you think about them, because really it is a choice you make. Luke chapter 22 and verse 42 says, Father, if you're willing, take this cup from me. Sometimes marriage can become so difficult. Jesus had committed himself to this love, but the weight of what contained that love made it so difficult. But then he confesses in the latter part of that statement, yet not my will, but yours be done. I think we come to a place where the marriage issues can become so heavy until we want to give up. But then we have to come to the place where we surrender to God to give us the grace to be able to do this. We also see Jesus, struggling with the choice of this love in Matthew chapter 27 and verse 46. And he says, at about 3 o'clock, Jesus called out with a loud voice, my God, why have you abandoned me? And sometimes you may feel so alone, so abandoned. It's like you are the only one in this thing. But then the Bible talks about this, the Spirit of God comes and encourages him. And I believe there are moments that we may feel the same way, like we are dislodged from that place of love. But sometimes it can be a perception, sometimes it can be a reality, but we can only find focus and the ability to be sober in the presence of God. So what draws two people together? I believe that our intimate bond is as strong as the glue that holds us together. The glue that holds us together must never be money, must never be sex, must never be the children, must never be affluence, must never be status, must never be things that are fleeting, they are passing. We must be glued together by what will outlive the things of this world. That's why when we commit ourselves to serve each other in our marriage roles, we commit under this one thing that is unending, and that is love, the sacrificial love, the love that made Christ lay himself on the cross for us. So Christ becomes the glue that holds us together. That's why we say, husbands, love us. Christ loved the church. Wives, submit out of your reverence for Christ. And then, of course, in the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 3, the big question is asked, how can two people walk together without agreeing on the direction? So the issue of agreement, as I mentioned earlier, plays a big part. Although Christ may be the glue, there must be agreement that this is how we shall walk together. We talk about spiritual agreement. How is your spiritual life going to be accountable to each other and to God? Physical agreement, just physical intimacy, things you do together, investments, etc. emotional, our vision and values. See, all these things we must understand. How do we agree on them? And they are a part of this major area that connect us together. In Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 18, see, without a revelation, people run wild, people get lost. So the major area becomes the focus, becomes the thing that we hold on to. Because without a vision, without a clear picture of where this marriage is headed, we get lost. They say that a vision is a picture of a preferred future. So I think every couple should paint a picture of where you're going. Where are you going as a couple? If you want to marry someone, a girlfriend or a boyfriend, where are you headed with that person? When you're dating them, where are you headed? It's important to realize that vision is part of what draws together these two people and energizes them towards the future. So the idea is to keep looking at what connects you and ensure that this is helping you to work together as a couple and not be drawn into sideshows. I believe that when we do this, we will understand the roles much better. We will commit ourselves with a single focus because we know the destination where we want to go. We know the direction we want to go. We don't want a couple that one is pulling this side, the other one is pulling this side, but rather all of them are synergized to move one direction because they believe in the same thing. They trust the same thing. They are seeing the same thing. They are longing for the same thing. So one homework I would like to give you is, how would you paint the future that you would want to see? What kind of a man would you like to see? What kind of a woman would you like to see? Therefore, what kind of a marriage would you like to see? What kind of a family would you like to see you two have? Because that family must be part of the agreement that you have made to each other. I believe that God is going to help you as you put those things down. Paint that picture. Paint it so clear so that it gives you the ability to commit to it, and you can hold each other accountable to that picture. What kind of values? Commit to them so that you can say, these are the values we agreed to stick by. Next time I'm going to come and then we can talk about the roles between the husband and wife. God bless.
Thank you again and again for watching Open Hearts. This is our weekly show trying to talk about relationships. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Please watch, please share, please subscribe, and you know what? This is going to be a great time. In the background, you can hear lovebirds, and you know what? It's all about love. It's all about relationships. God bless you.